All right, here we are. So we're on the test review for Unit 3 tests, rational functions. We're on officially page 4, where we're simplifying, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and solving rational equations and expressions. You ready? Here we go. So on the graphing part of the test, you need to be able to factor and simplify. So it's going to be one question on this part of the test where you also factor and then cross off the common factor and then state the excluded values. In class, we didn't use the word excluded. We used the word what? Anyone remember? Restricted. Same thing. Okay. And those are the numbers that make the denominator 0. So they would be the opposite parts of the factors. They're also where this would be the vertical asymptote and this would be the whole. Yeah, if we were talking about graphs. So that's what those are. Okay, this, I hope this doesn't appear on the test because it's too easy, yeah? LOL. Ha 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 ha. They cancel because they're all the same. If you had to factor it, this would be your numerator and your denominator would be the same and it would cancel. Okay. So there's one of those. There's one of each of these, one type. Okay. So then there's adding and subtracting. Now, in order to add and subtract rational functions, what do we need? Common denominator. So you have to decide, was a common denominator given to me or do I need to make my own? I think there's one of each. So there's going to be one where you already have a common denominator. Isn't that nice? It's going to be nice. Okay. So here we have a common denominator, which means we just combine like terms in the numerator. So you see here n minus 2 plus n plus 1, n minus 2 plus n plus 1. So I had students go, but how come you only wrote it once? So the point of a common denominator is to take two fractions and do what? Make it into one fraction. So just like in middle school, if you had 1/3 plus 4/3, you would leave 3, one denominator, and you would add the numerators together like that, 5/3. Okay? So, ready? We'll do number 4 together. Number 4, is there a common denominator? Yes. Is it addition or subtraction? Subtraction, so that's a big deal. You have to remember to distribute the minus sign. Since we have a common denominator, I only need one fraction for my next line of math that I'm showing my work. I don't need to write two fractions. That would be redundant. Do you know what the word redundant means? Yeah, useless. Okay, 3k plus 2. 3k plus 2, nothing happens to that. But then I'm subtracting k, and I'm subtracting 4, like that. What do you do in the numerator? We combine like terms. So we have 3k minus k, 2k, and I have a positive 2 minus 4, minus 2. Okay. The denominator, you can think, can I factor the denominator? I don't think it can be factored because nothing really multiplies to get 2 but adds to get 5. So if you can factor it, do it. Like over here, do you see how that one was factored? Yes or no? Yes? Okay, so, but this one can't be factored, so we just leave it. All right, looking at 5 and 6, we have an addition and subtraction, but were we given the common denominator? No. So if we were not given the common denominator, we have to make our own common denominator. You ready? Here we go. How did we do it over here? Let's look at the example. So it looks like I took this fraction and multiplied it by 4, and then I took this fraction, the second one, and multiplied it by 5n plus 5. Yes? So let's do that over here. So we're going to take the first fraction and multiply it by what? 6k cubed. So we have 6k cubed, and then I'm going to multiply this fraction by the other denominator, 2k minus 1, 2k minus 1. Question to you, do we have the same denominator now? Is it the same? Yeah, so do we need one fraction or two fractions? I meant like, we don't need two fractions anymore. We can now just write equals one fraction, and the common denominator will be 6k cubed times 2k minus 1. All right, so that's your goal, get a common denominator. Now the numerators, we're going to distribute and combine like terms. You remember those two phrases from the last 2 years of math. Distribute, combine like terms, yeah? Here we go. We're going to distribute here, 6k cubed times k. So what's k cubed times k? One more k would be k to the 4. 6k cubed times negative 4. All right. Do you see how this says 2k? I want you to do this. I want you to circle the negative because it's really negative 2k because we have to subtract. So we're going to do negative 2k times positive 2k. Negative 4k squared. And then negative 2k times negative 1. Positive 2k. I agree. Okay. Get it? K, 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 K. Okay. Do we have any like terms? Look at this numerator. I see a fourth, a third, a 2, and a 1. So are any of them the same power up here? No. So we can't add or subtract or combine any, but do they have a common factor? Is there something that's in all of them? Yes. So we're going to factor out the greatest common factor. It's kind of been a while since we've done that, but what's in all four terms? 2k, 2k. So we're going to factor this 2k out in front. And the reason we do that is because it's going to divide out with the 6k cubed in the denominator. I made my fraction line too long. Okay, so let's divide out 2k from these four terms. You ready? Here we go. 6 divided by 2, 3. And we're going to take each exponent and reduce it by 1k because we're taking 1k out of all of them. So it was k to the 4 and now it's going to be k cubed. All right, 24 divided by 2. 12, k squared. Negative 4 divided by 2. Negative 2k. And then, oh, what happens when we put 2k and we factored out 2k? Is it 0? No, it's going to be a plus 1. All right. See how I said all right instead of okay? Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. So 2 over 6 is equal to 1/3. And k over k cubed leaves you with a k squared in the denominator. And that's where I check my answer at this step. And it looks like we got it right. Okay, so what's left over is up here with a 3k squared over this. All right, take a deep breath. Here we go. Moving on. Number 7 and 8 are just like number 1, where you have to factor and simplify. Number 7 has a dot for multiplication. You factor everything and cancel the like factors. But number 8 has division. So what does that mean? It says it right here. Multiply by reciprocal, factor, and simplify. Why is no one laughing at my jokes? factor. Okay. All right. So 4n minus 16, how do we factor that? It has a common factor of 4, yeah? So we take that out. Okay, watch what we're going to do. We're going to change this division to a multiplication. And then you need to flip this. So I'm going to factor while I flip. I can handle it. I think you can handle it. You're big boys and girls. 4n plus 4. What's the common factor there? 4. We're going to factor that out. And we have n plus 1. Do you see where I put it? I put it in the numerator. Now, 50n squared, there's nothing to factor there. It's just 50n squared. Okay, we factored. Now, are there any common factors that are going to hi-ya, karate chop, cancel out? Yes? Okay. What do you see that's the same? We see a 4, hi-ya, karate chop. Okay, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I showed you one day. If you have 4 minus n over n minus 4, do you remember what that cancels to? Not 1. It cancels to a negative 1. They're called opposite factors. Anytime you have 4 minus n minus 4, x minus 3 over 3 minus x minus 2 over 2 minus x. They're called opposite factors. They cancel to a negative 1. I think we're done. What do you guys think? Can we cancel this n? Why not? How come you can't cancel it? It's next to a plus sign. Next to a plus sign, it's not a factor. Okay. I'm going to be explaining these in just a minute. Okay, we're going to look at number 10. And number 10 is a little bit different than these. These you multiply and cancel, which I'll do number 12 like that. But what do you notice about number 10 over here on the right? Do you notice a common denominator? So because there's a common denominator, we can rewrite this as 1 over 2v equals v minus 1 minus v minus 3. Do you see how I distributed that? All over the common denominator of v squared. So this is 1 over 2v equals, okay, what's v minus v? Those cancel. And what's negative 1 minus 3? Negative 4. Okay. Because we did that, now we have just because it was a common denominator, which won't happen every time, we can do cross multiply here. So what is 1 times v squared? We write v squared equals negative 4 times 2v. What's 2 times 4? 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative 8v. Okay, this is a little silly because this is actually quadratic, y'all. And I know you want to divide by v and say v equals negative 8. That's not really how we can solve this. We have to use the zero product property. So we're going to set this equal to 0, factor the v out, and then you see that we're going to have two answers. V equals 0 and v equals negative 8. But, oh shoot, one is extraneous, one is restricted. Can v equal 0? Look, can you have 0 there? No, because it would make the denominator 0. So guess what? That would have worked over here, but that's rare. All right, answer's there. Okay, what if you don't have a common denominator like here? You ready? We're going to multiply everything by this. So whatever you see here, so this is 2n. I'm going to pause and show my work. All right, I apologize. It's a little messy. I am trying to help, but we're running out of time. We take whatever you see in the denominator and you multiply it by everything, and then the denominator cancels, but whatever doesn't cancel, you rewrite on your new line of math. Here's my equal sign. 2n, sorry, this cancels, and this cancels, and you see how the n did not cancel? So we're left with this. And then over here, n times n plus 2, n times n plus 2 cancels, and we're left with 1 times 2. Then you distribute and solve this, and check your answer.